Today on our 2018 GMC Sierra 3500, we're going to be installing a truck bed cargo camera for 8-inch factory monitors, part number 3460010. This high-mounted brake light truck bed camera is going to aim down towards your gooseneck and fifth wheel hitch in your truck bed. This will make it easier to hook up your trailer, as well as monitoring it when backing up to make sure there's no issues. It mounts directly behind your center high-mounted brake light, and its circuits tap right into your factory LCD screen, so you won't even realize that it's not a factory-mounted camera. The switch included will allow you to toggle between your factory camera and your new center high-mounted camera. This is great so you can watch the hitch at the back of your vehicle with your factory one, or you can watch your gooseneck or fifth wheel hitch with your new camera. It is a 360-degree adjustable camera. The camera adjusts inside a ball and socket. You can just rotate the camera around and swivel it inside that socket. And now we'll show you how to get it installed on your Sierra 3500. To start our install, you'll need to remove your third brake light. There's 2 screws that hold it in that you'll remove with a T15 Torx socket. We'll then slide our bezel in between the light and our truck here. So you'll need to disconnect the connector. You just push in on that tab and pull out to disconnect it, and it just snaps right back in. Our wiring from our camera is going to tuck in place, and we're going to need to get that wire routed up towards the front of our vehicle behind the glove box to connect into the module. An easy way to get this wire up there would be to use a fish wire. We're using a piece of airline tubing as ours, and we just routed it from the headliner on our passenger rear door. Above the headliner, we routed it over to our opening here. We'll take our wiring from our camera. We're just going to use some electrical tape and tape that to our pull wire. We can then use it to pull the wire over. In order to get our fish wire routed over, we went ahead and pulled our weather stripping back here, and that gave us some access to our headliner. And to make it a little bit easier, we did take the one bolt out on our panel right here, and we took that out using a 7mm socket. That just gives you a little more leeway. We'll now pull our fish wire over and feed all of our wiring over. With our wire routed over, we can now reinstall our third brake lamp assembly. And you'll find that the factory screws that come with your vehicle that you removed here aren't going to be long enough to get your assembly reinstalled. So you are going to need to go to your local hardware store and purchase some appropriate screws. Doesn't need to be too much longer, but a little bit. At least a 1/4 inch, or if you're going metric, I'd get one that's about 5mm longer. We'll then install our new screws. And with both of these installed, we can move on to our wiring. Now we'll take our wiring, we're going to begin routing it towards the front. We're just going to go along the headliner here. And now once we get up to here, our wiring's not going to be long enough to go all the way forward. Now there is an extension wire that comes with it with an adapter, so we're going to need to plug those in and get those routed. We're going to use our pull wire trick again to keep routing that wire forward. Once we get to about here, we're going to need to start using our extension. Our extension plugs in, it only plugs in one way, so you don't have to worry about plugging it in incorrectly. And we'll continue routing our wire. We're going to keep routing it down our A-pillar into behind our glove box. There's a panel located here. This panel just pulls off. This is where you access your fuses. In the little bottom corner down here, you'll see a picture of a fuse. That's where you want to pull it. That panel just comes right off. We'll then take the other end of our extension. We're going to poke it through the opening here and route it behind our glove box. We're behind our glove box now. Your glove box is very easy to remove. There's going to be 4 bolts around the inside. Once you open it, you just take those out using the same T15 Torx socket that you use to take your third brake light assembly out. We'll then pull our wire in behind our glove box. To get your glove box removed, there's 4 T15 Torx screws that you'll need to remove. So you just open up your glove box like that, and you'll see 4 screws like that you'll need to take out. 2 at the top, 2 at the bottom. Then it just simply pulls off. We'll then need to hook up our module. This is the module that comes with your kit. It also comes with a small extension wire here for plugging up power and ground. So our module itself will have one connector here that you're going to plug in between the module located here. So your module wire is going to plug into our new module, and the other end of our new module is going to plug into the factory module, which is right here. Your module has a ground wire coming off of it, We went ahead and attached a ring terminal to it. Also to this ring terminal, we attached the ground wire for our camera, which is this harness here. So we then screwed that right here so we have ground. Then you're going to need to get accessory power. Your module has a power wire that needs accessory power, as well as this harness for your camera. We connected both of those power wires to a butt terminal here, and we routed it over to our fuse box here, and we tapped into one of the circuits coming off of it. You can pick up some butt connectors, ring terminals, and quick splice connectors here at Etrailer.com. We connected our accessory power that we ran to our camera and to our module to the violet and purple wire coming off of the large connector here on our fuse box. You have another violet and purple wire here, but this one's very small in comparison. You want the thicker of the two. You are going to need some additional wire in order to make this connection over here to reach your module. You can pick up some wire here at Etrailer.com with part number 16-1-1. The small harness that we have here is an adapter harness that goes to our camera. One end plugs into your module here. It has a black and red and a red wire. We already showed you the black and red went to ground and our other red went to our accessory power. And the other end of our harness is going to go back to our camera. So the wire that we routed from our camera is just going to plug right into this harness. We've got our video feed there and our power and ground for our camera here. You can now take all this extra wiring, wind it up, and zip tie it in place. You can pick up some zip ties here at Etrailer.com. And now all of our power, ground, and video feed wires are connected. The harness from our new module that goes in line with this module is what will get your video signal up to your factory LCD screen. Then coming off of your module, you're going to have a switch that allows you to change between your factory rear view camera and our new rear view camera. We routed this switch across behind our center console and came out over here on the other side of our center console, and we just screwed it right into our dash there. You are going to have to drill a hole using a 1/4-inch drill bit. So we drilled that out, we pushed it through, and then just used the nut that it comes with to attach it. And this allows you to switch between the two cameras, your factory and your new one. Now the only thing left to do is reinstall your panels and your weather stripping, and you're ready to test it out. And that completes our installation of the truck bed cargo camera for 8-inch factory monitors on our 2018 GMC Sierra 3500.